Hi there, and welcome to Ian's Engage channel. I'm Ian. Here we are at the end of April, and it's time to talk new arrivals again. So, let's get on with it. Okay, my brake van addiction continues with my first new arrival. But in my defence, this one is a beauty. It's a Queen Mary brake van in BR Bauxite livery. I've been on the lookout for a Queen Mary van for a reasonable price for a while. New ones usually go for around the £40 mark, but I found this one on TMC's website for less than half of that. Thank you, TMC. The brake van stands out because of its size. It's a twin bogie brake van. It features some nice moulded detail which includes the wooden planks making up the body of the van and the riveted straps that hold it together, along with a chimney on the roof and lamp brackets at each end. The model also comes with an accessory pack containing additional details such as pipes and hooks. The guard's compartment is glazed, as is each lookout point on either side of the van. Transfers have been nicely applied and are all readable under magnification. The springs and axle boxes of each bogie have been nicely modelled, as have the brakes. Looking underneath the model, there's a small amount of detail and reveals metal wheels and NEM coupling pockets. The brake van is a great addition to my fleet of rolling stock, and I couldn't be happier, especially as I got it for a bargain price. The next new arrival is a Scraft water tower. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I think that Graham Farish Scraft buildings are always of exceptional quality, but that quality usually comes with a high price tag. However, I picked up this water tower in a recent sale and got it for just over a tenner, which is less than half of the usual price. As is usual with the Scraft range of buildings, the main body of the water tower is made from a high quality resin. This allows a high level of detail to be captured in the moulding. Model details such as the individual bricks in the base and the metal panels of the water tank have been further enhanced by being hand painted. Water has been modelled within the tank and also looks fantastic, though I'm not at all sure what it's made from. I've gone for a model with a green painted water tank, but it should be noted that a red painted version is also available. It really is a superb model, and I can't wait to have somewhere to plant it on Shelfington. Next up is another Scraft model, and this time it's a portable office. I picked it up in the same sale as the water tower, and it was another great buy, this time costing less than a tenner. Again, the quality of the building is superb, and it looks fantastic. The green door with its gold-coloured handle and silver surround is wonderful. I think that the window frames may be metal, as they're really tiny, and are glazed too. You may remember that I featured a rather nice Scraft industrial yard office building in an earlier new arrivals video. I wasn't sure whether I'd use that as the Ledgetown Quarryside office, or whether I'd use it in the TMD. Well, I think it would make more sense to use this portable office as the Ledgetown Quarry site office, as it would likely be moved around site occasionally, whereas the other building is a more permanent structure. However, while the walls of the portable office look quite mucky, I think I'll have to make them much dirtier and dustier to represent a site office living in a quarry. I'm not sure whether my next new arrival really counts as a modelling tool, but I'll include it as I'll definitely be using it to print track plans, and may end up using it to print texture sheets to wrap around buildings and the like. It's an Epson EcoTank ET2850 colour inkjet printer. Unlike traditional inkjet printers that use expensive ink cartridges, Epson's EcoTank range of printers use bottles of ink that are relatively inexpensive. The black ink will apparently print 14,000 pages, while the three coloured inks are good for over 5,000 pages. The printer I've gone for is a multifunction device that can scan and photocopy as well as print. I've not had much time to play with the printer yet, so can't vouch for its effectiveness, but so far it's done everything I've asked of it. I'll keep you posted on how I get on with it. The next new arrivals are paint brushes. I picked up 2 packets of 10 micro detail brushes. There's a packet of size 0 and a packet of size 1 brushes. I find these smaller brushes come in handy for applying liquid solder flux, as well as painting those trickier details and especially tiny N-gauge figures. I also picked up a packet of 10 fine detail brushes in various sizes. What's interesting about these is that they have a triangular section in the handle that's supposed to make them easier to hold when painting miniatures. I guess we'll find out whether that's true or not when I come to use them. Next, it's a painting handle. I've been watching a lot of miniature model painting videos on YouTube recently, and a lot of the modelers utilise a tool similar to this one to hold their subjects while painting them. As I've got a few N-gauge figures to paint, I thought I'd get one and give it a try. I just need to figure out how to assemble it now. The final new arrival this month is also to do with painting. It's a self-assembly painting rack by ProScale Hobbies. It's made from 3mm MDF and has pre-cut slots for brushes and shelves which will be ideal for storing small bottles or pots of acrylic or oil-based paints. There are some pretty basic assembly instructions, but I'm sure I'll be able to muddle my way through building it when the time comes. There wasn't much new rolling stock arriving on Shelfington this month, only the Queen Mary brake van. So here's a short running session that showcases my slightly out of control brake van obsession. Okay, so that's about it for this update. I'm incredibly pleased with the addition of the Graham Farish Queen Mary brake van, and especially so at its bargain basement price. As I've mentioned before, I'm a big fan of the Scraft range of products and have continued to collect some of the more budget-friendly items. Both the water tower and portable office are fantastic little models and were both obtained for bargain prices. They'd look good on any layout, and hopefully it won't be too many years before they're adorning Shelfington. I've not used the Epson EcoTank printer much yet, but first impressions are that it's a good little multifunction printer, and I hope it will serve me well for many years to come. The paintbrushes probably won't be used for a while, and while I'm no expert on paintbrushes, they seem decent enough quality. I've not used the painting handle yet either, but I've seen similar tools used to good effect on other channels, so I'm hoping to get some good use out of it. The painting rack will come in very useful for storing my paints and brushes when they're not in use, or at least it will do once I've got the thing built. Anyway, do you have any of the items I've shown in this video? And if so, what have your experiences been with them? I'm particularly interested in opinions of Epson's EcoTank printers, specifically how good the inks are and how long they actually last, and whether or not they fade over time. Good or bad, let me know what you think. Alternatively, if you've got any hints, tips, useful tools or techniques to pass on to a fellow engaged modeller, or if you simply want to say hello, then please do so in the comments section. Anything and everything you've got to say will be greatly appreciated. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully there'll be more new arrivals to report on in the coming months. Bye!